Rob and I have been very critical of rabbinical, certain rabbinical customs on this show, and we've been perhaps even more critical of the Messianic movement that have adopted certain rabbinical traditions. Now, with that said, many people might assume that we are against all rabbinical tradition. This is not the case. In fact, I think that there are some rabbinical traditions that I think, just as I think that there are some Christian traditions that I think are very good and bring us closer to God. And if a tradition does that, we shouldn't be dogmatic about it. However, that means that if a tradition is going to bring us closer to God, and it's not something that's found, that is not implemented for the wrong reasons, then I think that absolutely we should keep those. I'll give you an example even. My family, I grew up saying the traditional Jewish prayers at various times. So we say, there was a prayer for lighting the candles. My family modified it because of different reasons. So there's a modified prayer that we say for the lighting of the candles. The fact that we light candles on Erev Shabbat to enter in the Sabbath is a rabbinic tradition. That is found nowhere in Scripture. The fact that we would bless the Lord for and sanctify the Sabbath with a prayer, or that we would say a prayer over wine, or that we'd say a prayer over the food, these are all traditions that my family has retained. Now, if you look at the rest of our Erev Shabbat meal, it's very non-traditional in any Jewish sense. Those are the only rabbinic traditions that we have retained. Why have we done that? Well, we've retained those because we find them to be good traditions. Are they rabbinic? Absolutely. Are they bad? No, they're not bad. And so I don't want people to think that we're just down on all rabbinic tradition. If you find rabbinic tradition within the festivals that you think is beneficial, that's great. What I'm against is people who think that rabbinic tradition is as good as law. In other words, if you think, hey, my tradition was sanctioned by the rabbis, therefore it's better than your tradition, or you have to do it, or this is the way that the community has to do it, that's where we are getting into major trouble. The only thing that, sola scriptura is the scriptures are the final authority on matters of practice. So I don't have a problem if people find tradition from the rabbis within the festivals. However, when we talk about and I'll pass this back over to you here in just a second. When we talk about what we have to do on the festivals, this right here should be the guiding lamppost for us. What does it say about Sukkot? We're in the festival of Sukkot at the time that we're recording this. What does it say about Sukkot? It says to build a temporary dwelling, a temporary, and there's different translations of this, but a sukkah, right? To build a sukkah and to dwell in the sukkah for 7 days. That's what it says, to rejoice. There could be dialogue and debate over whether or not the 4 elements that are supposed to be brought into the sukkah are specific to Israel, or whether or not we should do that in every single sukkah, even in the diaspora. But ultimately, there are specific commands. We're supposed to be happy and rejoice. We're supposed to dwell in tents or dwell in a sukkah. That's what the commands are. And so outside of those commands, I think that we have free reign to observe tradition, or we have free reign to create our own family tradition or our own community tradition. And I think each community and each family will inevitably do that no matter what. Thank you so much for watching this video. Tell us your thoughts on this subject by leaving a comment in the comment section. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and enable those notifications. And we'll see you in the next video.